All right, let's get right into the chapter, boys. And right off the bat, we have Sanji coming in hot with the foot of fire. We got Blackleg Sanji coming in. And what does he do? He is cutting the vines off of Robin right now. And he makes that look easy. He makes that look really easy. And scroll down a little bit. We have Nami running over to Robin. She's like, "Can't thank goodness Robin is finally free." Everybody's saying thank you to Sanji. That's our Sanji. And Jinbei notices. He's like, "Hey, those vines, their weakness is higher temperatures." He's like, "Sanji, thank you for saving us." But if I'm Sanji right now, I'm kind of side-eyeing Jinbei a little bit. You know, dude, you are way too strong to be out here not dealing with these vines. Okay, so you are like, you may have gone down a notch. All right. Robin says, "We have no time to celebrate." And just as she says that, Sanji notices Loki's haki and the roar that he does. Because we all know Loki last chapter has now came back, saved the children, and he is up to what we assume is no good at the moment. Continuing on, we're in West Village now, back with Ja Rule, and it seems like Loki has dropped off the kids and their parents down here by Ja Rule, which is probably not the worst idea. My vote would have been Chopper, but as we see, Loki really does not care about keeping the kids safe or the village or anything like that. We have the other giants asking Loki to go to take the kids somewhere less dangerous, and he's like, "Man, that is not my problem. They jumped on my back. I'm just dropping them off." So that's very Loki coded. I don't expect anything different. And then we have this beautiful panel of Loki in his full fruit. Honestly, the best view of Loki in his fruit that we've seen at all. And it's so funny because you can see these other nightmare monsters down there. You've seen the dragon from before that looks like Loki. He's down here like eyes popping out of his head. He wants nothing to do with Loki, and neither does the other nightmare monsters. They're like, hell no. Jarul says, "People of Elbaf, the children are safe." Everybody rejoices. Hey, we got no more hostages. We're good to go all out, right? Basically how I'm taking it. They're just not where they can now just do their thing. And now we have Zoro. Luffy's like, "Hey Zoro, hey, it's Zoro." And Zoro's like, "You guys took your sweet ass time." And he's like, "Don't tell me, is that?" Luffy's like, "Yeah, this is Loki. And don't worry, this place will be safe with you here, Zoro. I believe in you. You got it in the bag, buddy." And he notices that Luffy's in his giant form. He said, "Hey man, since you're already in your giant form, come take care of these dream monsters." He said, if we leave them just out here rampaging, Elbaf's not gonna last much longer. And he's like, I'm on it. And just as that happens, we have Sommers sending down a hail of thorns onto these giants right now. And Ripley's already not looking too great as of right now. So any more damage to her could honestly, that could just be the end of Ripley. So they're all like, "Oh no, Sommers is still after us." And he's like, "Dude, Sommers is like, I'm not letting any of you trash heap survive. You cheated me out of my touching moment." And he is furious right now. But then he comes to say, "Hey man, maybe this isn't such a bad thing, you know? Since the brats were saved, I haven't really failed the mission. I can still take them to the Holy Planet. I haven't lost just yet. I still have time." And the kids are crying. They're saying, "I won't let you." All the kids are like, "I'm not gonna let you kill him." They're like, "Me too, me three." And Sommers looks absolutely evil right now. He says, "I'll finish off your dying parents. Taste my rapid fire thorn launcher." And he has like this 3-headed thorn beast like it's like 3 snakes. It's like Cerberus, but snakes. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, Summers is like, he's crying with joy right now. You morons are priceless. And then he says, at this point, screw it. He doesn't even care about the mission anymore. He said, I'm just grateful I get to kill you guys myself. Now, who's first? And just as he does that, we see we see Luffy in his gate. Well, okay, let's back it up a little bit, because before he does this, he's still throwing thorns at the kids. And this is very important because Zoro comes up and blocks all the thorns with his sword. So Zoro gets a little bit of action in here as well. And after he does that, damn near at the same time, we see Luffy kind of aiming in with his scope, right? And what does he do? Honestly, one of the craziest moves I've seen Luffy do ever. And what he does is he grabs a lightning bolt from the sky, enhances it with his fist, pretty much infuses it with his fist, and he absolutely obliterates Summers with a booming Dawn Thor rifle. Holy shit. That is crazy. Dude, his face is literally split in half. His face is split in half. His eyes are popping out of his head. He's missing multiple teeth. Bro just took a Gear 5 giant-sized fist infused with lightning to the face. Not to mention, that was a Conqueror's hockey hit. That had to have been... Yeah, 100%. There's the black lightning. That is a Conqueror's hockey hit. Is Summers dead? Is Summers dead? Now, the other giants, they see Loki and they're like, oh my god, we finally get to see... Or, I'm sorry, Luffy. We finally get to see Luffy's white form. He really does look just like Nika. And then Ripley's like, I believe he is the warrior of liberation. And right after Luffy hits Summers with that lightning attack, Loki absolutely grabs his claw and just slams Summers right down into the ground right after taking that brutal hit. So honestly, dude, are we regenerating Summers here? Once Summers gets hit by both of those attacks, we kind of go into a flashback back into West Castle where we see Scopper, we see Shanks, and we see Jirul, and they're talking about Loki's fruit right now. And Jirul is basically giving him some information about how it's the mythical dragon fruit, and that whoever eats it can transform into the world's most colossal dragon, right? And I think we kind of already figured that out. But he does say some important information. The size of the creature is relative to the initial size of whoever ate the fruit. So if it was a human who ate the fruit, he's obviously going to be much smaller. If it's someone like Kaido, you do get a bigger dragon form. A giant gets a bigger form. And then, of course, an ancient giant would give you the largest form possible, which, I mean, we see it. Loki's big as a damn island. So... And he says that combination is what brings out the devil fruit's true potential. Now, Shanks and Scopper are here. Shanks asks, so the fruit was forbidden and hidden due to its immense power? He's asking that question. And Yarul is like, not quite. It's just been protected by Ragnar. So it wasn't hidden. It was being protected by Ragnar, which I think we also knew that as well. He does continue on. He says, in Elbaf, there's a legend about a god of war who fought with Ragnar. And they show kind of like a generic giant with the hammer, Ragnar. And it is said that he took the form of a giant dragon and he locked horns with the sun god. So Nika, apparently. And back then, you know, I guess he was viewed more as the god of destruction more than anything. Especially for people in Elbaf. And he does say that the god of war was accompanied by a loyal partner, which was the ice squirrel, Ratatoskr. And that once the god of war died, Ratatoskr came to possess the weapon Ragnar. So in my head, you have Ratatoskr, which is the squirrel, and then he comes to possess the mythical hammer fruit. I'm not sure what that would even be, right? that gives him his ice powers. So the ice powers are 100% coming from Ragnar, and Loki is able to do lightning powers. He has like lightning breath, and we'll see that more here in just a second. But he also says that Ragnar is awaiting for his master's return, or so the legend goes. Right now, people had questions about why was Loki the only one strong enough to be able to wield the fruit or anything, but the story continues on and it says that Ragnar is no longer acting as a guard for the fruit's power. It's finally made its choice, and that choice is Loki. So in hindsight, it was protecting the fruit until the right time. Was it a strength thing? Was it a fate thing? Who knows? I guess there's still not a clear answer to that. But now we leave that flashback and we go back to Elbaf, and you see Loki's true giant form again. He's chasing these nightmare monsters across Elbaf, and it's pretty sick, honestly. He looks really awesome. And you have Luffy in his giant form, and you have Ragnar on top of his head still. Luffy is along for this ride no matter what, right? So now we see Loki preparing to shoot his beam of lightning, which he does at these nightmare monsters and absolutely obliterates them. And it's so funny because Luffy is just on his nose, dude. And he has this like power stance, like he's like hell yeah, dude. And then Ratatoskers over there, like he's happy as hell. He's not squeaking, but you can imagine he's probably got some happy squeaks coming out. But then after we see that is a huge explosion, and his attack is called Thrudheim. And I'm assuming that is probably another realm in Norse mythology and things like that. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research regarding that. But after that, we this is the end of the chapter, and we cut back to Emu, and she's like, so that is it, the Needhog. It was here all along, and she looks absolutely pissed off right now. And yeah, where's Brooke? Where's Brooke at, dude? I've seen Emu maybe 3 or 4 times since that clash with Brooke, and where's bro at? In my opinion, he's dead. Rex is probably just dead. His head's probably taken off his shoulders. His bones are scattered all over the place. He's more dead. He's not dead. I mean, he's already dead, but dude is probably not looking good, man. He's probably wrapped back up. Who knows? Because you do see Emu here, and she's not. You don't see Brooks anywhere around. You just see her kind of looking at the carnage from Loki and his attack to the nightmare monsters, but leaves a lot of questions here. Another thing I want to point out as well, during Emu's little where she's like, the Needhog, it was here. We do get a flashback back to Mary Joa. And you get to see the city, you get to see the big castle, and you get to see some of the town lower below. And honestly, doesn't look like anything's on fire, right? Doesn't look like anything's really on fire. Looks like a really nice sunny day out in Mary Joa, right? Emu's just chilling in her flower room and not really out there with the other people. I don't know. I'm not sure. It seems like she really can't even leave the room, right? She can just use her powers to kind of take over other people, but yeah, well, that's more questions than answers there. But man, this was a phenomenal chapter. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. If I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give this, man, a 9.3 out of 10. 9.3 out of 10. I mean, what? You got Loki and his fruit. You get some Sanji action. You get some Zoro action. You get some Luffy absolutely decimating Sommers action. I've been waiting for that since he wrapped up Robin goddamn 20 chapters ago, right? So not only that, we got some Loki in his lightning powers action. It is just all around a banger. And let me see. No break next week, but we do get a color spread and we get a cover coming next chapter. Now, I'm not really sure what that means. Does that mean is this the end of the volume? book closed and then we start another volume. I'm not sure. One thing I am looking forward to is another cover story. I think we should be getting one soon. I feel like it's been a few months since we've gotten a cover story. It'd be really interesting to see who we kind of follow in the coming weeks, months. But anyways, boys, it has been really fun to read this chapter. Thank you if you stayed along throughout the whole video. I really appreciate it. Comment what you think down below. Like the video, subscribe, do whatever you can. Blow me a kiss. Really doesn't matter. Just thank you for watching the video, and I hope you guys have a great day and night.